Valve is reviving the Steam machine, and this time I think it's gonna work. Let's talk about it. Hello there everybody, and welcome to The Comfy Spot. My name is Tyler, and today we are going to be talking about the megaton news that Valve dropped today out of nowhere, that being that they are releasing 3 new pieces of hardware next year. But for this video specifically, we are going to be talking about the biggest of them all, the Steam machine. If you were around back a decade ago, you remember the original Steam machine idea, the original concept. If you were not around, you might have heard me talk about it recently. And if you have not heard me talk about it recently, well, you've heard about it from many people today if you are in the know about all this news. A decade ago, Valve tried to bridge the gap between PC gaming and console gaming with the Steam machine, which was their own like console-esque type of device. It wasn't just theirs, but they also worked and partnered with other companies in the PC space to put out their own versions of the Steam machine. They even had their own Steam controller. It was really interesting and really weird and unique. Like, it had an analog stick, but then like there were 2 haptic finger touchpad things that were going on with it. It was weird. It was interesting. Interesting idea at the time. Did not work out at all. So to my surprise, hey, the Valve is trying to bring it back again a decade later, and I really think it's going to work out. Alongside the Steam machine, they did also announce a new version of the Steam controller, as well as a new version of their VR headset. The Valve Index is what we had before. Now we have the Steam Frame, which is definitely more in line with the Meta Quest in terms of what this headset is going to be like. Just a single device you put on your head. Don't have to worry about setting up cameras, plugging it into your computer. None of that. Just completely standalone device, which is very cool. And of course, all these things are operating on SteamOS, working in the Steam ecosystem, which is very cool, which is very exciting. But we're talking about the Steam machine today. So what can we expect from the Steam machine now in 2025, or rather 2026, when all 3 of these new devices are planned to come out, specifically early 2026? Well, this new Steam machine is a very small, quaint box. Honestly, it would not be too far removed from saying that it's like that it looks or could pass for being like just like a speaker or an alarm clock or just literally any small device. Like it is quite small. It'll just fit nicely on your desk, your nightstand, your entertainment setup, wherever you are going to set this thing up. It'll fit in nicely there. It's very sleek, unassuming. I like it. Yes, it's just a black box, but as we've seen in some of the promotional material that Valve put out today for it, you can customize the front like a cover piece, which is cool, which is neat. I like the look of it. Now, in terms of the specs of the Steam machine here, I'm just going to throw them up on the screen. I am not a PC gamer. I am not a hyper-technical spec guy. So if you're looking for that type of analysis from this video, this is not the place for that. Today, we're really going to be talking just about the concept of the Steam machine, them bringing it back, and what I think that means for just the future of gaming, especially in the console space. If you want that hyper-technical stuff, go check out Digital Foundry or other PC gaming tech experts for sure. They will have a much better analysis than I will, but just at a base level, the Steam machine, it is going to be coming in 2 different versions. There's going to be one that has 512 gigs of storage and another that has 2 terabytes of storage. It's a whole lot of space right there. The Steam machine will also, and again going on with that storage, the Steam machines will feature a high-speed micro SD card slot. That way, you can use that for expanding your storage or just for popping games on it and transferring them between your Steam Deck and the Steam machine and your PC and your Steam Frame or however you want to do it, which is very nice. That's very neat. The Steam machine will be able to do 4K 60 FPS gaming with FSR, which is AMD's, their AI upscaling solution. So that's cool. That's awesome right there. Ray tracing is also going to be supported on the Steam machine, and Valve has said also that the Steam machine is apparently over 6 times as powerful as the Steam Deck, which is quite the jump in power, to say the least. So that's just a general overview of the specs for the Steam machine. Again, I have them up on the screen. I hope you saw them, read over them, and everything. You probably will be able to make far more sense of them than I will as a, I'm going to call myself this for, everyone else out there, a console plebeian. All right. But hey, it's cool nonetheless. I'm excited by what the potential of this. From what I've read and understood online, these specs kind of put it in line with the PS5, Xbox Series S, maybe kind of sort of X Series X like power space somewhere. It's in that ballpark. Again, go talk to your experts, read, check out analysis, videos, articles from the experts on this. I'm not a tech expert. We want to talk about today, just again, what this means for the games industry, for the next generation of consoles, and what the future of game is going to look like. What does this imply? What does this mean? What is Valve doing here? Just the what of it all. Just the what of it all. So when I first saw this news earlier today, my initial thought was, aside from, wow, okay, could not believe that or see that coming, my initial thought was that this could actually work out. I think this could work out in the modern day because the gaming space is so different. The industry itself is different. Where it's going is different. People's thoughts and feelings and expectations and the way on PC gaming and how PC gaming itself has evolved in the past decade have changed so much. It's just a completely different landscape. And because of all that, I think that Valve could make this work. And part of it really stems from the fact that people love Steam. When it comes to PC gaming, Steam is like the de facto PC gaming platform, PC gaming space that you think of, that people gravitate towards. Xbox is trying to make waves, or rather Microsoft is trying to, make waves towards making Windows gaming a thing, or making it more of a thing, more of an actual competitor in the PC gaming space. And that's going to be a key thing for them with this next Xbox. But Valve, they're the ones. They've been there for a long time, for the longest time. They've been building up their ecosystem, their OS. They started branching out from the PC gaming space with the Steam Deck, and they've refined that so much. It only makes sense that they would say, you know what? Let's take this to the next level. We started to bridge the gap between PC gaming and going beyond the PC towards console gamers, or just PC gamers who want to play away from their desk, away from wherever their PC setup is, with the Steam Deck, with our handheld. Now let's try and bridge that gap some more. Let's try and blow those lines some more with the learnings we've learned from the Steam Deck, everything we've done over the years with Steam OS and just building Steam up itself, and let's make another actual attempt in the console space with a more curated, refined, less hassle, less fuss device for console-oriented players, people who prefer playing like in the console space with this Steam machine. And I think that they could do it. We're just in such a different place now. People in console gaming slowly, I don't have any hard numbers on this, just going based off of kind of sort of vibes, but also just like we've seen the way people talk about games, just like how people play their games. It really does seem like a lot in the past 5, 6, 7 years, however many years, that console gamers, you're starting to see more and more console gamers gravitate towards playing on PC or doing a bit of both. So what better way to appeal to both of them, or to try and just bridge that gap, than with this device that tries to be, I guess, the best of both worlds with the OS and ecosystem that is the preferred one in the PC gaming space. It just makes sense. The other thought I had, which also again plays into part of why I feel like this could work better now, but the second thought I had was that Microsoft is going to be in trouble, or potentially going to be in trouble, now that Valve is going to be releasing this Steam machine, is making another formal step into the console space, the console PC hybrid space, whatever you want to call it. The space that Microsoft is attempting to try and enter into with their next Xbox, Valve is beating them to the punch there with this Steam machine. And if this Steam machine ends up being a success, if it ends up working as well as everyone hopes and thinks it will, if it is anywhere near as good as the Steam Deck is just in this console form factor, it's going to be a tough pill for, I don't know if I say a tough pill to swallow, but it's going to be an uphill battle for Microsoft when it comes to them putting out this next Xbox and going to be saying like, hey, we have the Xbox here, the Xbox, whatever you want to call it, and it's a Windows-based PC console hybrid that, yes, has Steam on it. Yes, you have Battle.net. Yes, you have GOG. Yes, you have whatever other store, Epic Games Store, Battle.net, whatever online PC gaming stores you want on here, combined with your own original Xbox library. Yes, you have all this here, but if people are already in the PC gaming space, they don't care about any of what Microsoft is. They most likely, let me say this, they most likely are not going to be hard sold by what Microsoft is trying to sell. If they're already in the PC gaming space, they're probably going to be more inclined by what Valve is selling them over here with the Steam OS, because again, they probably already prefer Steam OS to Windows gaming. This is me as a console plebe speaking just from based off of what I've understood and gathered from the PC gaming community over the past however many years of me, being a gamer. I'm 29 years old, been gaming all my life. So like, if that's the case, and if Steam is able to do this successfully, Steam is already going to have a 1-year head start on them. Valve's going to have this 1-year head start on Microsoft because the Steam machine is planned to release, again, like I said, early 2026. What does that mean exactly? Who knows? I imagine that means at some point between January and April, but we don't have any hard dates right now. So it's going to be releasing, let's say, by April 2026. Microsoft's next console, their next system, is rumored to not be releasing until 2027. Who knows when in 2027, maybe the latter half of 2027, which would give Valve an 18-month head start on Microsoft. And if this system is good, that is just 18 months of goodwill and positivity and great word of mouth built up that Microsoft will then have to fight against with their own system that is trying to do the same thing as the Steam machine. Again, the Steam machine is also going to allow you to use whatever operating systems you want on it or download whatever other apps you want on it. I would imagine, I don't know all the ins and outs with the Steam Deck, but I believe with the Steam Deck, you can like download other game stores or, other online like PC gaming download launchers and shops. Like I believe you're able to do Xbox Game Pass and stuff on Steam, on the Steam Deck by like downloading Windows and I think like siloing Windows onto the Steam Deck. Don't quote me on this, I believe this is all the case. So if that is all true about the Steam Deck and that is all things you could do on the Steam machine, again, why would you, if you are a PC gamer, why would you buy Microsoft's system when the Steam machine is doing all of that seemingly possibly better or in your preferred ecosystem, your preferred method or your preferred OS of choice? I guess the only reason you would buy the Xbox system is because it's going to have your Xbox library there, your whole Xbox library of games. It'll be right there. And seemingly with this Xbox full screen experience, assuming it works well, that should be simple and easy to use, and it'll be, no hassle or as least fuss as possible bouncing between stuff, just the Xbox Windows Microsoft way. Even still though, it's going to be an uphill battle there. And this leads me to point number 3 about the Steam machine, that being that although all of this is true, everything I've said is true, the one key thing that is going to, of course, make or break this device more than anything is going to be the price. As of right now, we do not have a price for the Steam machine. Valve has yet to say any price. I imagine we'll get a price when we get the official date and pre-orders are available to start happening. But if you were to guess, the price, given that it's supposed to be in this weird space of power between around like the PS5, Series S maybe type range and all, possibly Series X. Again, I'm not a tech expert. You would like to imagine that it probably will not, or Valve is probably aiming to not have it cost any more than a PS5 did when that first released in 2020. So they're probably trying to keep this from being $500, or at least for the 512 gigabyte model, because we have two versions, 512 gigabytes and 2 terabytes. So the 2 terabyte model, you can almost certainly expect it to be the more expensive version because of all that storage space. The 512 gigabyte model, who knows? We'll see. Then again, of course, the Steam Deck is also a pretty pricey device as well, for its various models. I believe the Steam Deck can get up to like $600, $650, something like that. It's been a while since I looked at Steam Deck prices. Either way, I feel like, the price is going to be a big make or break here, because if it's going to be priced at like Steam Deck prices, then, at that point, you're going to be basically looking at the same price as whatever the next PlayStation 6 and whatever the next Xbox console is going to be, probably for like their lower end. Who knows, honestly, with Microsoft's next console, because they said it's going to be a premium device and they're already charging crazy dollars for their consoles right now. So who knows what next gen is going to look like for them pricing wise. But either way, if this thing is priced in an egregious way, I feel like it's going to be definitely a harder sell for the people that Valve is trying to reach at with this. That being the people who are already in the Steam ecosystem, console players who want to like dabble or start taking steps into PC gaming, but don't want to, spend crazy dollars on getting themselves an appropriate rig that's able to, what's the word? Not comparable. Oh god, I'm blanking on the word. I know the word. It's just escaping me right now. But a respectable. That's the word I was looking for. A respectable rig. If the people who don't want to spend money on a rig like that, but do want to get into PC gaming, this seems like it's aimed at those types of players. If it's too expensive, then they're probably going to be like, I'll just stick with my PlayStation, or I'll just stick with my Xbox, because, these are known quantities. That is an unknown quantity for a price, for an amount of money that I don't know if I'm comfortable spending for an unknown quantity. But even still, if the price is right, it could work out for them. So it'll be really interesting to see. And if, depending on how this is priced when compared to Microsoft's next system, if Microsoft's next system is in that $700, $800, $900 range, pushing $1,000, Valve will be able to eat their lunch with this device. Of course, different specs are going to be involved with these devices. Not debating that at all. Of course, that will influence the price of whatever Microsoft's next console is going to be. But for the market that they are both going to be trying to compete with, for the players that they are both going to try to be getting, like, Valve will be able to just gobble up so much of that market share, so much of that market, if their console is doing the same things or aiming at the same market, aiming at the same mission statement, but at a much lower price. It's going to be very interesting to see. There's just so many different thoughts that I have, and I actually had to cut out quite a bit of this video because at one point I was really going off just off track, rambling. My thoughts weren't coming together. I had to, stop, focus, bring it all in. But I'm intrigued. I'm really interested in seeing where this goes and how this all shakes out, and just what this is going to mean for the future of gaming, for the future of the industry, for the future of the console space. The industry is changing, the game space is changing. If this is a success, are we going to see Valve continue to do more and make more inroads into the PC console hybrid space, or are we going to see them try and make a system that is just more like just a straight up console. Like, there is no like PC hybrid fuss, but just it is a console. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, Valve has clearly been learning over the past couple years from everything they've done with the Steam Deck and all the learnings that they've been taking from that device. So for all intents and purposes, I think that this new Steam machine, it can be a success. Will it be a success is a different story, but I think they already are off to a better start than they were a decade ago with the original Steam machine concept. So those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I hope this video was a coherent one. I hope my thoughts were sensible. It made sense. You all got where I was coming from. Please tell me you did, and if you did it as well, let me know down in the comment section below. But are you excited for the Steam machine? Are you not? Let's have a conversation about it. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit the notification bell. That way you know as soon as new videos go live. My name is Tyler. This has been The Comfy Spot, and we'll talk next time. Have a good one.